Buenos noches, mi amigos. Mi nombre es Safarel, accompanied by our usual cast of competitors here at Worldwide Championship Wrestling. And today we are still building up towards the very much anticipated now Warzone on September 11th. Be there or be square.
Because you won't be around.
Yeah.
Who won't be
I'll see
around?
myself out.
Who won't be around?
And if you're square, you won't be
Oh,
around.
we won't.
So
Oh
you
my
be around.
God, I'm done. That's the show,
I'll see
everyone.
myself out for that one.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah, you should quit.
That's the show. I give up. Golden
No.
Phoenix
Bye,
is
guys.
getting it
It's
now.
been real.
I think it was
Yeah.
funny.
Phoenix can just take the company now. I'm fucking out.
You know what? This is probably for the best then.
It's literally just me dressed in a different mask.
yeah.
But then you gotta laugh at it because it's like a dad joke.
Yeah, so. Ha 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 ha, that was hilarious. Good job, Alona.
Um,
I'm very proud of you.
I'm proud of you. You know what? Take the world title.
oh my God. Take all the titles.
Take all the titles.
Take them all. World
got 'em
Tag
all.
Team. So anyway, what was I saying? All right, welcome.
Oh, welcome.
Yes, hello, welcome.
Building up to Warzone, September 11th. Show up. It's going to be a great show. Everything on the line. The company is on the line.
The company is on the line.
So,
Job
without
is on the line.
exactly, without further without further education,
Without further.
Without further education,
without further
we're about to
ado,
get into this.
without further ado, let's start today's episode, shall we? Before I fuck it up even more.
Yeah.
Yay. So, the lights go down in a jam-packed Gutterson Field House here in Burlington, Vermont, as the Worldwide Championship Wrestling theme plays throughout the speakers. The lights go down, and a lone spotlight hits the center of the ring, where our ring announcer stands to make the announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall. Court's absolutely horrified me there. And is for the Worldwide Tag Team Championships. Making their way to the ring first, representing the Worldwide Championship Wrestling Dojo, James Johnson and Anthony Needles.
James Jones.
Whoa.
The duo make their way out onto the stage. The very mismatched duo, may I add. The longish hair of James Johnson and the completely shaven head and face of Anthony Needles. James Johnson, who is actually going for the high fives and whatnot of the crowd, whereas Anthony Needles is spitting at the crowd again.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
It's this guy!
Who this man? Who?
I dug deep in the vault.
I can tell.
Yeah, we're desperate.
We get all the tricks, all the slaps.
all the
We need
stops.
everybody.
We need all the slight bumps in the road.
Yeah.
As they make their way to the ring, like I said, very contradictory towards each other. They get into the ring as James Johnson hands his hand out for a handshake with his tag team partner. Anthony Needles simply goes out to the outside of the ring. So he ignores it.
Son of a
Yeah.
Son of a bitch. Boo! And
Yeah, caught him.
introducing the champions, making their way to the ring. Do I introduce all of them? I introduce all of them.
You introduce all of them.
Making their way to the ring, Dino Barney, Mad Mark Foley, and Odin Ravenclaw, Fossil Force! The music plays out over the speakers as the Worldwide Tag Team Champions make their way to the ring. All three of them.
All three of the tag team
All
champs.
three of them.
I'm doing the Kermit the Frog wiggle. Arms flailing in the air.
Okay, now do the voice.
I'm just walking down pretty casually, yeah, jogging, I guess, with the rest of them. Keep not going too far away.
Odin is uncomfortable again because he found another suit that did not fit.
God damn it.
No! Oh, Odin,
He's a
no!
really, really bad tailor.
Odin, stay out of your dad's suit closet.
It's not your
He's
size.
much
not your
smaller than you.
His
You don't
head
fit.
ruins all his suit colors.
No wonder why he's pissed at him.
Oh yeah.
That makes sense.
Goddamn
So-
kid taking my
Take me out of the
goddamn
room.
suits.
Take me doing my clothes.
As the
Can't believe
referee,
that shit.
as the referee takes the Worldwide Tag Team Championships and hoists them into the air, showing what this night is all about, or what this match is all about, we ask, which of you two are defending the titles tonight?
I will.
Odin's in.
I'm down.
All right, so Odin,
Something
Mad Mark.
to
Alririghty. Dino, you're doing
Tag
manager
team
duty tonight.
titles are your titles to defend and your titles to defend alone.
Thanks, Kermit. Are you wearing a Kermit mask tonight too?
Yes.
Ah,
I
that's
can't
not
see
a
because I
di-
don't have a camera.
That's a really weird dinosaur. All right. So,
He's the fiercest of all dinosaurs.
so with
Kermit.
that, Mad Mark, Odin, who's going to start off for you guys?
Odin will start this time around.
Alrighty.
All right. Sounds good to me.
Mad Mark exits the ring as James Johnson stands in the middle of the ring opposing the large Odin Ravenclaw, who looks down upon him. The bell rings. I'll have you roll straightforward 2d6 to see who goes first.
A 9.
It's going to be you.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try to do the intimidate check. Just take his punches and see if I can
Oh,
kind of punch him back.
okay. That'll be real.
No, that is a 3.
My God,
So
Not
whatever
gonna happen.
real is that? So it's a
that's a
One.
-2. Yeah. Oh my
It is
God,
not real.
that's bad. Odin stands up to James Johnson as he kind of grins down on the young star. The young star looking back up at him. Odin, with a lot of with arrogance, goes and says, "Hit me."
Hit me, boy.
Oh.
Hit me.
It's not the shot he anticipates as James Johnson punches him right in the face and sends the big man reeling backwards. James Johnson's quick with the attack as he charges forward and leaps in the air for a drop kick. Odin, how would you like to avoid the drop kick?
I'm gonna catch his legs.
Bauer.
A 6.
You grab him by the leg. Hold on, is that... Wait, hold on. Is
I
that...
have no modifiers. I only have my dice.
Oh, that's right. So you rolled a
I
6.
remember.
Okay, so yeah, it's 9.
9. Yeah,
So-
he has +3.
As James Johnson runs forward at Odin Ravenclaw, he leaps into the air as Odin grabs him by the legs and takes him down to the ground. James lands on his back with Odin holding his legs. What would you like to do from here?
Since I've got him by the legs, I'm pretty much gonna grab his collar, lift him up, and then just go for a slam.
Oh, alrighty. That
Oh,
will be...
yeah.
That's power again. Oh, fuck.
That would be a 4.
Oh, okay. So that's a 7. Oh, no, you just skinny your teeth.
Success.
So as you hold James by the legs, you reach down and grab him by the back of the head, lifting him up, and then slamming him back down onto the ground with a modified type spine buster. You are still in control.
Rip that man's spine.
Yeah.
So many dead young stars tonight.
It's alright. Okay.
Odin's he's gonna drag him over to our corner and put his legs and hook them between the second rope and tag Mark. And
Oh, okay. So
Okay.
Mark is tagged in as James Johnson is... I'm assuming he's sitting on the second turnbuckle with his legs behind the ropes.
he's like
He's-
it's
he's-
modified tree to woe essentially.
So
Like, his
he's-
shoulders on the mat, but his
Oh,
legs
okay.
are like tucked under the second rope.
Oh, okay. See, I thought it was like a Shattered Dream situation or something. So I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
that's what I was
yeah.
thinking.
I don't know
for a
what that
second.
is.
Damn.
in particular.
I was like, oh shit, Mad Mark's gonna kick him in the nuts.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, the
I would've too.
Yeah.
Yep, and the match.
So,
Keep your belts.
so James Johnson
Yeah.
is hung upside down from the second turnbuckle. It is Mad Mark who comes in to take advantage of the situation.
I think we're gonna run in and give him a double knees to his face while he's laying down on the ground there.
That is gonna be real.
Oh, that's an 8.
Can Odin assist too?
What would you like to do?
Just hold his legs there.
Oh, yeah, I mean, yeah. I'll allow
If that's
that.
just a given, then it's a given.
Yeah, it's a
fine.
given, yeah.
Yeah.
Odin
We just
holds.
folded him there.
Odin holds the legs
No.
of James Johnson against the second turnbuckle as Mad Mark Foley dashes against the ropes, leaping into the air, and then driving his knees with like a type of meteora down upon James Johnson. The young star goes limp and lays down on the apron, on the canvas, his legs unhooking from the turnbuckle.
God, he's dead.
Yeah, damn.
Lord, he
You
did.
just killed a man.
Limp.
Mad Mark, you are in control.
I don't know if I want it too quick. I mean, I'll drag him towards the middle a little bit. Let's go for a pin. I guess
Alrighty.
let's see what happens with that.
Mad Mark drags James Johnson into the middle of the ring as he goes for the cover. He hooks the leg. The referee comes forward. 1, 2, as he kicks out. A little astonishingly, Anthony Needles does not attempt to even get into the ring to save his tag team partner.
Oh.
Good man, good man.
Good man.
You love to see it.
He's the one spitting at people.
Oh, man.
He's shitty. Shitty.
You know, the good guy made a mistake of teaming up with bad guy. If he thought he was gonna do anything.
Poor young stars.
I know, right?
You think young stars have a choice? Yeah.
Oh, funny.
Mad Mark Foley, you are still in control.
I think I'm gonna put my boot to his ribs and just pull on his arm before I drop my knee into his shoulder.
Oh, that's gonna be real.
You can do it.
Oh yeah, that's a 6. So +1 is 7.
Oh, skin of your teeth. Mad Mark Foley grabs the arm of James Johnson, plants a boot to his chest, and then keeps holding on to the arm, extending it more and more, trying to get as much reach as he can on it before leaping into the air and dropping his knee into the shoulder, trying to injure the arm more of James Johnson. Mad Mark, you are still in control.
I don't know. Do you feel like wrapping up the match, Odin?
Oh yeah, it's up to you. I'm good whatever you are.
All right. I think I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna pick him up, throw him to Odin for maybe like a power bomb setup.
Okay.
As I tag him and jump back over the rope while he finishes it off.
Okay, yeah. So pretty much you're gonna go for the powerbomb position, then you're gonna toss him over to Odin, or?
No, I was gonna throw him to Odin for hopefully the pickup. Tag
into
him
like
while
a.
he finishes the job.
All right,
Yeah.
so kind of like a pop-up powerbomb. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will have. I'm not even gonna have you roll for that one. I'll just have you tag in, and then Odin, I'll have you roll power.
A 7.
Alrighty. Actually, you know what?
Poor guy.
I think I'm just gonna have that be a straightforward 2d6. I got something in my head here that would be really cool.
Do I need to re-roll?
No, you're set. You're set. So, Mad Mark Foley tags Odin Ravenclaw into the match. As Odin walks in, Mad Mark Irish whips James Johnson to the big man. The big man lifts him up into the air in a pop-up and grabs him by the arms, putting him into the Odin's Wrath as he slams him down onto the ground with his finishing maneuver. Odin, pin, what do you want to do?
I'm gonna go for a pin and just stare at his teammate.
Odin walks over to pin James Johnson as Anthony Needles jumps off the apron and starts walking to the backstage area. The referee counts the pin. 1, 2, 3. Here are your winners and still worldwide tag team champions, Mad Mark Foley and Odin Ravenclaw.
Yeah. Bonus is gonna basically pick the dead guy up and dust him off.
Yeah.
Since it was a handicap match for him.
Yeah, wasn't exactly fair.
Poor James Johnson.
Poor chap.
Anthony Needles, you bastard. So Fossil Force, all 3 members of Fossil Force and James Johnson celebrate in the ring.
And James
Yes!
We didn't
November.
They will take him under the wing, and they will raise him to be a superstar.
We'll raise it to be part of the
This
fossil
small
force.
man's mind.
This small man is mine.
Coleman.
Love it. So yeah, you guys are free to celebrate as you wish.
Oh, just raising the belt. You know.
Odin's
High
climbing
five
to
to
the top.
Odin.
celebrating.
And
guys are the best.
Thanks,
I'll do
Dino.
the Kermit too.
yeah, everyone.
Yeah.
We'll
Woo!
definitely high five Dino and Mark.
I didn't even do anything. I get the high five. Yay!
False and Forrest make their way to the backstage area along with James Johnson. James Johnson keeps walking as Fossil Force is stopped in the hallway by an interviewer.
What?
So
Run.
last week when I interviewed you guys, Mad Mark Foley was not able to, or was not here for comment. But I do have the question. Or wait, what was it? It was Regenesis. Anyway, I just have the question now. Since I asked Odin before, Mad Mark, what's your feelings on knowing that the last time, or the one time that you guys lose a match, losing those titles is going to be the last time that you guys tag together? She holds the microphone up to you.
I guess it's something I never really thought about because I don't think it's anything that's going to happen for a long time. And if it, I mean, it seems like an almost impossibility to me at this point.
All right, and Dino, and now Dino, for you, do you plan on defending the tag team titles anytime?
The tag team titles are not something that I was even a part of getting, and I haven't even defended it in these last couple of defenses, so I don't think I should.
All right. And now over to Odin. Now, as the question's about to come out, Odin is blasted in the back with a steel chair. As the steel chair comes cracking down on Mad Mark Foley's head and Dino Barney's head, laying out all three members of Fossil Force. The force behind said chair shot was none other than Mastodon.
Oh no.
You crushed me already.
Mastodon
Not anymore.
Mastodon
Jeff
lifts
Johnson.
Dino up and hits him with a nasty Beal into a table, which collapses under his weight. He then focuses attention on Mad Mark Foley, whom he grabs some lockers that are at the side and drops them down on top of him.
That's a beefy boy.
Oh no.
Mad
Beefy
Mark.
Boy.
I'll
Run,
have
Jack,
you roll
run.
straightforward 2d6.
That's a 4.
Oh,
Oh, fuck.
Lockers
Yeah.
commit murder.
Mad Mark Foley lays
Dead.
on the ground, screaming in agony as
No.
as Mastodon places a boot on top and tries to crush him more. EMTs and security come rushing in immediately, pushing him away. The EMTs bringing a stretcher and placing Mad Mark Foley on top of the stretcher and carting him off in an ambulance.
My boy! What have you done to my boy?
oh no.
My baby boy. It's me every time Carlos died in Among Us. My baby boy, no. As the mayhem is concluding in the backstage area, we go back to the ring as the ring announcer makes the announcement. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall.
Fall.
Oh. Oh.
There's casual Steph again. One fall.
Oh.
ASMR one fall.
One fall.
This match is scheduled for one fall.
Nougaty centered one fall.
Ooh. Ooh.
There's nougat in it.
Oh yeah.
Making his way to the ring first, representing the Worldwide Championship Wrestling Dojo,
Oh no.
Clerk Connors.
Oh no.
I'm not Clerk Con.
I love how this heel gimmick has kind of gotten babyface vibes. Clerk Connors makes his way out onto the stage, giving the old double hand celebration, kind of almost patting himself on the back for just showing up tonight. He is excited to get into the ring, entertain the tens and tens of his fans.
Oh no!
All of them.
All
All 10.
10. He makes his way down to the ring, going for high fives that don't exist. He rolls into the ring, climbs up to the second rope, lifts his hands in the air as maybe like 3 people applaud him for showing up.
Yeah.
Yay.
You did it.
And his opponent, from Black Hawk, Colorado.
Oh no!
I thought you'd space it out so I'd be able to drink more.
No.
No.
I have learned.
Poor boy's
Damn
gonna
you.
die. He's gonna
He
fucking
is.
die.
He is the self-proclaimed
pull my
king
notes.
of the sky. The self-proclaimed king of pro wrestling. He is
And dubstep daddy.
the dubstep daddy, Savage Sparrow. You just
He's gonna kill this poor nobody. I mean, Clark.
I love
or whatever his name is.
I love how Pablo was the one like, call him dubstep daddy. All right. Boo!
Oh, this man. Oh.
Yes, Savage is walking down, basically dragging the pipe to the
It's gonna die.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah. It's heavy. It's heavier than before. This one's lead.
This one's lead
Oh,
pipe, buddy.
fuck.
Whew. God, now that I'm done dying over that. That was so good. Alright, so Savage Sparrow gets into the ring. The referee comes over to him asking for the pipe. What does Savage do?
Again, he's just not gonna pay attention to the ref. He's just gonna kind of look at his opponent and just 1,000-mile stare at the opponent with the pipe, and then quickly dodge around and take a swing.
Real.
He's not even human.
7.
7?
Oh, I didn't make it. No.
Nope.
Oh no!
I missed.
Savage Sparrow dodges away from the referee and swings that pipe as hard as he can as Clerk Connors ducks out of the way and rolls out of the ring immediately. The bell has not rung yet still. So Savage, what do you wish to do?
Big Edis.
Big Yeet.
Since he's walked out of the ring, he's just gonna walk back to the ref and look at him square in the eyes and go for a low blow.
You gonna kick the ref in the dick?
Damn.
Dick Kick City.
Dick Kick City.
Doo-doo-doo.
Yep, he's going for the low blow.
That's gonna be real.
Damn, son.
Much better. 9.
Oh yeah, you kicked that
Oh,
ref
no.
square in the
Ref.
dick.
You kick him in the
He
butt.
is down. So down goes
The ref.
the referee. Oh my god, this poor guy. Down he goes. You are in control of whatever this is because it's not a match yet. So
It's time to suicide dive out of the ring.
that'll be look.
9.
Jesus. All right.
Damn.
Savage Sparrow takes the time as Clerk Connors still takes his time outside of the ring, being thankful he was not the referee. However, he's not going to wish that for much longer as Savage Sparrow dives through the center rope and hits him with a nasty suicide dive. Savage, you are in control still.
He's gonna pretty much go up to him and just start throwing some elbows to the head.
That'll be real.
No. It's not gonna work. That is a 3.
That's a no.
Oh,
So-
no.
Savage Sparrow then picks Clerk Connors up and attempts to swing his elbow at the young star. However, the young star ducks out of the way and sprints into the ring, trying to get as much distance as he can from Savage Sparrow. He then pulls the top rope and leaps over the top rope, going for a pescado or the springboard crossbody. How would you like to counter this?
I'd like to just kind of use the pipe as an upward swing.
Oh my god, that's real.
Damn.
Oh
God.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no. That's an 8.
Oh
I
no!
got him.
No.
I think I got him.
Oh no.
As Clerk flies through the air trying to land a crossbody on top of Savage Sparrow, the pipe hits him in the ribs. Clerk falls straight from the sky to the ground now in a dead drop. Savage, you are in control of this now.
He is gonna drag him and throw him into the ring and then wake the ref up.
Alrighty. The referee starts kind of moving around as he is grabbing the nether regions. As, ouch, that hurts. The referee looks at Savage Sparrow and then looks at Clerk Connors and rolls out of the ring.
Damn.
Doesn't need any of that.
King Zavarel, however, comes down to ringside
No.
and
Anything but him.
starts yelling at the referee to do his job as the referee gets back in the ring. The bell rings as this match now begins.
He's gonna go up to the top rope and do frog splash.
Oh god, that's look.
7. I don't know if I have a -1.
Nope, not for look. You have 0 for look.
Yes.
Savage Sparrow goes to the top rope and then leaps off with a frog splash, landing on the already damaged ribs of Clerk Connors. What would you like to do from here?
From here, we're just gonna lay some more boots into the ribs.
That's going to be real.
And
There
11.
are no ribs left in
Oh
this
my
man.
god. Savage Sparrow targets the ribs more and more as he now lays boots in on the ribs of Clerk Connors. The referee trying to push Savage Sparrow off of him now. Are you going to let go on the 5 count, or are you going to just keep on stomping away?
I'll let go.
Okay. How long you want to keep stomping on him?
4.
All right to the 4 count. Use that 5 count, baby.
Yep, all the way.
As the referee yells 4 at Savage Sparrow, he stops stomping away at Clerk Connors as he continues his attack.
So from there, he's gonna pretty much go in and do like a modified camel clutch, where he has like his knee on his back, but his arms kind of wrapping around his neck.
Ah, so kind of a modified, that's like a modified dragon sleeper.
Yeah.
I'll have you roll work on that.
What would be a 3? Probably not Probably not gonna work for that one.
Oh, yeah,
I don't think that's gonna work for it.
That's going to bring you to a 6.
Nope.
Damn.
So close.
Guy.
As the referee admonishes Savage Sparrow for bending the rules, we'll say, Clerk Connors attempts the schoolboy pin. He rolls Savage Sparrow up and puts his shoulders to the mat. The referee
my
comes
God.
forward. 1. Roll straight forward 2d6.
A 6.
2.
Oh no.
An 8.
Savage Sparrow kicks out at the last second before the referee counts 3. The young star only seconds away from earning a worldwide championship wrestling contract here. Savage Sparrow, you are in control as Clerk Connors nurses his ribs more.
Let's do a shining wizard to the ribs.
Real.
No, that's a 4.
Oh! Savage Sparrow
No.
rushes against the ropes and charges forward, trying to get the Shining Wizard. trying to kick Clark Connors in the ribs. Clark rolls out of the way, and as Savage lands on the ground, he rolls him up for the jackknife pin cover. Now you have your legs basically he's trying to push your legs over your head while your shoulders on the ground. The referee comes forward for the pin. 1, straight forward.
A 7.
You kick out immediately again.
Can I modify it?
Yeah. What would you like to do?
Triangle choke?
Oh yeah, you can do that. That'll be work.
A 6.
Yep, you got it. That's a 9. So as you lift your shoulder off the ground, you wrap your legs around the neck of Clark Connors as you then grab his arm and apply the triangle choke, trying to make the young star pass out. Are you gonna just keep on holding on?
I'm gonna hold on. Yeah, I'm just gonna hold on.
You're gonna go for the. You're
not gonna wrench it. I'm just gonna kind of make him
suffer. All right. So as the hold is locked in, Clark Connors begins to fade. His oxygen already not really going to the right places because, ribs.
Dying.
He's not living right now.
His lungs are filling with blood right now.
So he begins to fade away very shortly after the hold is applied. The referee lifts his arm up. 1. Are you going to let go?
Nope.
2. Letting go?
Yep.
All
I'll
right.
let go after 2.
Savage Sparrow lets go of the hold as Clark Connors lays unconscious in the ring. What would you like to do next?
Time for a finisher. For
Which
Savage
one?
Splash.
Savage Splash, straightforward 2d6.
Nope. That's a 3.
Oh no!
Oh
I keep rolling
no!
Really terrible.
Savage Sparrow gets up to the top rope as he leaps off for the Savage Splash. Clark Connors, out of instinct, rolls out of the way. Savage Sparrow lands face first on the canvas as both men lay unconscious in the ring. The referee starts the count. 1, 2, 3. I'll have you roll straightforward 2d6.
A 5.
4, 5, 6. I'll have you roll again.
An 8.
Savage Sparrow is the first one to stand up onto his feet as Clark Connors remains in the ring. Savage, what would you like to do now?
Do a soccer kick.
Oh no!
Real. That's real.
I think I got him with an 8.
Oh, yeah.
It's over.
Savage Sparrow, fuming over this moment, stands in the corner as he breathes heavily in absolute disdain towards Clark Connors. Clark Connors slowly makes it onto his hands and knees as he is then receiving a kick to the top of his head. Knocking.
Oh, man, you go, straight down on his head?
Oh, that's what he means by soccer kick.
Oh,
Yeah.
on the top of the head, straight down, so the force is towards the neck.
Oh no! Like he's on his hands and knees and stuff. So then he just kicks him in the side of the head.
I thought it was just going straight down the skull, so it collapsed the man's spine.
Yeah, no, this is like a straight up soccer kick to the head.
Nice.
Yeah, no, this ain't a curb stomp. But yeah, his head is kicked in as Clark Connors lays motionless in the ring.
So I'm gonna try to do an axe kick to a pin.
Oh God, that's gonna be. I'll have work on that one. He's dead.
That's a 5.
That's a 5.
Yes.
All right, that comes out as an 8 for you. As Clark lays in the ring. Oh my God, Savage runs off the ropes, runs forward, and then lifts his leg up and drops it in a type of leg drop axe kick on the throat area, on the chest and throat area of Clark Connors. He then goes for the cover as the referee counts. 1, 2, 3. Ring the bell. The bell rings. I don't know why I said that. I don't know why I just said that. The bell rings as this match comes to a close. The winner, here is your winner, Savage Sparrow.
Boo! You committed a murder in the ring.
Oh yes.
And boo Luna Young.
Wrestling's dead.
Savage is just gonna keep kicking.
Oh, fuck.
Oh, God.
Oh
my
He's
God.
just gonna kill this man. Okay.
Clark Connor lay in the ring as Savage Sparrow gets back to his feet. The referee raises his hands. However, Savage pushes the referee to the side and continues stomping away on the young Clark Connors.
Yes. He's gonna keep stomping, and then he's eventually gonna stop. He's gonna pick him up and just kind of like drag him up over to the corner
Yep.
and basically drop kick him through the ropes.
Oh my God.
Damn.
Savage Sparrow eventually stops stomping away on Clark Connors, puts him into the turnbuckle as he then bounces off the ropes, charging forward with a running drop kick. Not only just a drop kick, but a missile drop kick, a shotgun drop kick, if you will, and takes the young star through the ropes as he falls to the outside of the ring, bouncing with a sickening thud.
And he's gonna start celebrating and flipping the crowd off.
Back to the basics.
Yep.
Yeah.
Until I win a title. Fuck you.
Till I get my gold back.
Yeah.
Savage Sparrow makes his way to the backstage area as Clark Connors is assisted to the backstage area by medical
He
personnel.
needs a stretcher.
It's the
His poor ribs. His poor ribs.
His ribs.
Savage Sparrow gets to the backstage area as an interviewer walks up to him with a microphone in hand. Savage Sparrow, now, don't you think that was a bit excessive? As he holds the microphone up to Savage.
No.
I've said this before. They chose to get into the ring with me.
Bless you.
They chose this.
Yes, that young star really chose this.
He wanted this.
The,
If
inter-
he didn't, he wouldn't have been here.
the interviewer holds the microphone back up to him. Now, you do realize the Young Star system, it doesn't work like that. They were chosen to fight you. Why would you take it out on someone that is an up-and-coming talent? As he holds the microphone back to you.
I didn't see any talent.
Damn. Dude.
My boy!
My boy just got ripped into an asshole. Damn.
Savage Sparrow walks away from the interview off that bombshell.
Son.
Fuck. As we head back into the ring.
That poor new star.
Wow. An up-and-coming talent. I didn't see any talent. Wow.
Might as well just spit roasted him on the ring.
Yep, might as well. Wow.
That poor man.
Man,
Fucking roasted him.
if you killed him, it would have been a lesser fate.
I mean,
Yeah.
he may be dead. We don't know.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah. His lungs are probably filling with blood.
yeah. We head
little
back.
bit.
We head back
I'm
to the
sure
ring.
he's just bleeding from the chest.
Yeah, he's probably fine.
We head back to the ring as we have the ring announcer make the announcement yet again. Ladies and gentlemen, the following contest is scheduled for one fall.
One fall.
One fall!
It was made for one fall.
It was made for one.
Making her way to the ring first, representing the Worldwide Championship Wrestling Dojo,
Oh no.
Alexandra Lawler.
Oh.
We're really putting the dojo on showcase tonight.
Yeah.
Those poor folks.
That's a lot of broken dreams.
Alexandra Lawler makes her way out onto the stage with a smile on her face, still trying to make the dream come true. As she sprints down to the ring, rolling under the bottom rope, and standing in the corner awaiting her opponent. And her opponent, making her way to the ring from New Orleans, Louisiana.
Fuck.
She is the Voodoo Queen of Swing and your worldwide champion, Luna Young.
Yeah.
Woo!
Yeah!
Luna.
Luna.
We got it.
We did it!
We did it.
Yeah.
Let's never try that
Yeah.
again so we don't taint this moment.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Luna Young makes her way to the ring.
So, let me move my mic quick, just so like
Move your bike.
my mic.
Oh.
My
Mic.
mic.
That's right. I heard bike.
You heard bike too. Okay.
Okay.
Not totally crazy.
I just had to make sure that
Move the bicycles.
it would be able to pick up my voice. So, I'm gonna roll down to that ring, man. I'm high-fiving people. I feel bad for this poor young star because I think I fought them before, and I just don't want to do it again.
Oh no.
Wait, was it her or Meiko Sakazaki?
Oh God, the fact that we are questioning this is awful.
They're the new ones. We don't pay attention to the new ones.
Oh God.
Except for Clerk Connors and Anthony Needles.
There's truly a lot of crushed dreams in this ring.
I'm sure Clark will be just fine.
Clerk will be. Clerk will.
He'll
live.
get a contract someday.
Yeah,
Maybe,
yeah.
yeah.
They're gonna
Yeah,
call him
he's dead.
Igor because his back's gonna be fucking shattered.
His ribs got
so
broken
sad.
so bad they're actually just punctuating through his back.
Oh, oh,
You're gonna call him
Probably stomped him enough where I
Quasimodo.
probably put him back in place.
Yeah.
oh.
He's Clerky-Moto from now on.
Clerky.
No.
Ah, that was a good one.
Thank you.
All I feel is sadness.
Luna, I'll have you roll straightforward 2d6 to see who goes
welcome.
first.
Oh God. Okay.
I'm glad I really upset only about 10 of his fans.
And that's a 12.
Oh shit.
All right, Court. Tell us. So choose a move, describe it, and then you get a free one.
I'm going to
fuck.
break her.
Are we getting a squash? Are we getting the first squash match from our people?
Yes.
Oh,
I'm
no.
gonna put her in my finisher.
Oh my god!
I guess that's what you get facing the champ.
Wow,
You
you die. So Louisiana Destroyer, talk us through it, kid.
Oh God, it's magnificent. Like everything is just flawless. It's just like the parts are just moving in such synchronicity that it's just like amazing to see.
I'm hearing a lot of stuff about nothing.
Yeah.
Pain, lots of pain.
The thing is, she
It's
forgot what her
pain.
move looks like.
Sometimes I'm
It's
just
a-
like
It's a
I can
flipping
only
pile
describe it through-
driver,
I
damn it!
can only describe it through emotion.
You're describing it through
Feel
Lovecraft.
it. You feel the pain.
You're describing it through Lovecraft.
Yeah.
It was so magnificent, the human concept of mind could not process it.
They take
As I
10
was
spike
looking
damage.
around, I saw somebody's like head explode from the sheer awesomeness of
My
of-
God.
Their sanity's dropping.
The sanity's
Their
dropping here,
sanity
guys.
is dropping like rocks.
Luna Young performs the Louisiana Destroyer as she flips through with the pile driver, dropping Alexandra Lawler straight on her head as the bell rings.
Man.
No.
Luna, are you going for your second move, or are you just gonna pin her?
Wait, yeah, I'm just gonna pin her, man.
Okay, that's good. Thank you.
That's good.
God.
That poor son of a bitch.
Off in the distance, you can hear Rockin' Roadie having like traumatic experiences
He's
As-
like, oh God.
as he watches this, and
Remembering.
he's just like, "I remember when that was me."
I'm glad it's
Oh.
not.
Well, we know who took the insanity damage now.
Yeah, it was Rockin' Roadie.
Rockin' Roadie.
Luna Young covers the young star as the referee counts it 1, 2, 3, making the quickest match in Worldwide Championship Wrestling history. Luna
I just had
Young.
to roll a 12 first.
Here is your winner, Luna Young. Fuck, dude.
Fuck, man.
That poor youngster.
That poor
Yeah,
bastard.
he
He didn't even have a chance.
He didn't even stand a chance.
You know what?
I-
So the Young Lion system in New Japan Pro Wrestling is every time they wrestle a match, they learn something. This young star learned something today. Don't step in the ring with the champ!
Yeah, basically.
You will die!
I killed them in the most polite way possible.
With your finish.
Literally just finished them.
With-
no funny business.
With your weapon of mass
Funny business.
destruction. You...
No
Yeah.
weapons, just me.
God. Alright, Luna Young, you may celebrate in the ring.
I'm going to help her up. And I'm gonna just be like, I'm so sorry.
I
Alice-
love you. I'm sorry.
I love you, I'm sorry.
The old Ric Flair. Alexandra Lawler. Oh God, Ric Flair. I have something to talk about in the post show. Fucking Alexandra Lawler makes her way up to her feet, assisted by Luna Young. Very dazed and honestly very confused at what just happened. She looks around as she wonders to herself when the match is going to start even.
Poor girl.
Oh no.
Luna lifts her arm in the air as it dawns on her that the match is over. She hangs her head in shame.
The big sad.
The
No.
biggest dads right now.
But immediately understands the situation she was in and cracks a smile.
Yay.
She shakes the hand of Luna Young and thanks her for the opportunity as she escorts herself out of the ring. Luna Young, you have the ring to yourself now.
That's so depressing.
Yes.
Yeah, I feel sad.
Quite
Nicely
fucking
done.
aware, Pablo.
I'm really saddened. Wow.
Wow.
I'm just gonna wipe the tear from my eye because that was a beautiful moment, even though it came from a tragedy.
Hey, she's happy. I think she's happy.
Yeah.
I figured you were just crying because it was like the most beautiful finisher you've delivered.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
That was the most
But I'm a
perfect
good
match
guy.
I've ever wrestled.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
I'm the good guy. If anybody asks, like, no, it was because it was a beautiful moment.
I murdered a future talent.
I murdered
Oh,
future talent.
Savage in the background.
Super
I didn't see
confident.
talent.
I didn't
Oh
see
no.
There was no talent. Not there.
No talent.
Angry old man sounds.
Yeah. As we go from the ring, we go to the backstage area where an interviewer stands with King Zavarel now.
King bitch boy.
Bitch bot. Bitch
Basically.
bot. The interviewer goes and raises the microphone to her own mouth as Zavarel talks on the phone. Now,
course.
Zavarel, what brought upon this whole match that you've decided to make with your father at Warzone? She holds the microphone up to his face as he looks her dead in the eyes and stops his talk on his phone. I'm going to have to call you back. He hangs up as he looks at her. You have the worst timing I have ever seen on an interviewer. You see him on the phone, right? That is absolutely rude. Absolutely rude. Anyway, to answer your question, I understand that, yes, Phoenix owns 50% of the company. I own 50% of the company. However, the thing is, neither of us are going to be happy with owning just half of it. We're going to have to collide. We're going to collide through matches. We're going to collide through decisions. And why do that when we could just end it with winning the whole company? And if you ask me, I like my odds more than his odds. I mean, he's in his 60s. I'm at least in my 30s. I think I have a very good chance, along with my team, of winning that match. But, just to be certain, I have taken precautions for my team. Savage Sparrow, Bad Breed James Green, and Sam Feinsberg, all three of them have been issued ironclad contracts. Not one of them can be fired after that match. All of their careers will be saved and preserved for 3 years. Or until they quit. But Golden Phoenix will not be allowed to fire them. But I don't think we'll get to that point.
Oh, we will.
He walks off to the side. But then comes back in and says, "Next time, wait till I'm done with my phone call, by the way."
No.
We go back to the ring.
Ass bitch.
We go back to the ring. The following contest is your main event and is scheduled for one fall. We're gonna make a song. Pobs, and Luke. The three of us are gonna make a song called "One Fall."
The one fall song.
One fall.
One punch.
One fall. Making his way to the ring first, representing the Premier League, accompanied the ring by, let me remember this, Alexander Thorne. Right?
Yeah.
Awesome.
Got it right.
Accompanied to the ring by Alexander Thorne, Bad Breed James Green. Bad Breed James Green makes his way out onto the stage. I love how Joe's the first person to boo him. Fuck that guy. This rivalry still goes strong.
Me and Bad Breed no longer friends.
Nope.
James Green stands side by side with Anthony Thorne as they both shake hands, fist bump, hug it out, and then head to the ring together.
Bro.
I think I heard Steph booing. Did I?
Yes.
Oh.
There it is.
Now you did.
Oh, I definitely heard it that time. The two make their way to the ring as James Green rolls into the ring, cracks his neck, and awaits his opponent. And making her way to the ring, she is the Torch of Light of Worldwide Championship Wrestling from Weimar, Germany, your Intercontinental Champion, Ilona!
Yeah!
Woo!
Ilona!
Ilona! Ilona! Oh yeah, that's right. We get drunker throughout the show.
No, I just get dumber.
So, Ilona makes her way to the ring.
It's a real skill.
It's a great.
So I come running down. I'm excited. I'm happy to be here as always. I'm waving at the fans. Everyone's clapping. I'm having a good time. They're having a good time. I get in the ring. I take my jacket off. Put it on the oh my god.
Turnbuckle.
Yeah.
That one.
Words are tough. So I put it on the turnbuckle post, and I get ready to start my match.
All right. The referee is then, or the referee, one, is told by the ring announcer some news. As the ring announcer makes the announcement, "Ladies and gentlemen, I've just been informed that the following contest is for the Intercontinental Championship."
Oh.
Bitch, say what?
Hey, happens.
What?
Oh.
So,
What?
Oh no.
the title is
Oh,
raised
no.
in the air as the Intercontinental Championship is now on the line. Ilona, I'll have you roll straight forward 2d6 to see who starts this match. What'd you say?
8.
8. Oh, bye, Joe.
Oh, wait.
Oh, welcome back, Joe.
Bye. Hello.
Is he? Oh,
Yeah, I'm back. Sorry, I don't know what the hell happened there.
all right. His screen popped up all over the place. I'm like, what?
Where am I?
Yeah, I think there's something going on. Sorry, my bad.
That's all good. So 8. So Ilona, you will start this match off.
Alright, so I'll go for a collar elbow tie-up, and then I will go for a suplex, I guess.
That'll be power.
What's my thing on that?
0.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's a 5.
Hooray.
What kind of suplex you going for there?
A German.
Oh, no, you're not. So, Ilona goes for the collar and elbow tie-up with James Green. She maneuvers herself behind James Green with a waist lock and attempts to lift him off his feet. However, James Green plants his feet back down on the ground and throws a nasty elbow to the side of Ilona's head. Ilona lets go of the waist lock as she holds her head. James Green then charges forward for a clothesline. Ilona, how would you like to avoid the clothesline?
Well,
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm having a really hard time right now. I will kick his legs out and try to trip him, I guess.
Oh, alrighty, that'll be real. I'll go with real.
7.
Yep, you got it. James Green charges forward for the clothesline as Ilona drops down and throws a kick to the legs of James Green, kicking his legs out from under him. He falls down to the ground with a colliding sound here in Burlington, Vermont.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 4 people there anyway, so it's all good.
Yeah.
Which is weird because this arena actually fits a lot of people. So, Ilona, you are in control as James Green collides with the canvas here in Burlington.
Well, go for a figure 4. Why not?
That'll be work.
Hooray!
That's a bad one.
Oh no!
Oh.
That's an
Yeah.
8.
Oh, no.
Oh.
That's a,
-2.
that's a 6.
Oh.
Ilona grabs the legs of James Green as he pulls her in and starts throwing a couple of punches to the face of Ilona. He then pushes her backwards into the corner, so she bounces into the turnbuckle, and he gets back up to his feet. He then stands up on the second rope. I was going to say straddles the second rope. That looked weird. He stands on the second rope and lifts his fist in the air, going for the 10 punches in the corner. Ilona, how would you like to avoid this?
I will get on the ropes, and I will do. It's not like quite a hurricanrana, but like I'll grab him and like flip him down onto the canvas.
Oh, so kind of like a sunset bomb?
Yeah.
Alrighty. James Green gets onto the second turnbuckle, or the second rope, and begins throwing punches down on Ilona. However, she blocks one of the punches, pulls him forward as she scoots herself up onto the top rope, and then sun flips over, landing him onto... Wait, you didn't roll, did you?
I did. I got a 9.
Yeah, it's luck. Okay, anyway. As I was saying, scoops up and hits the sunset bomb on one James Green, landing him onto the ground. Are you going to stay there for the cover, or are you going to let go?
I'm gonna let go.
Oh, alrighty. You are in control.
I will pick him up, go for a lawn dart.
Okay. That will be power.
Seven.
7. Alright, yeah, you got that. So as she gets back up, Ilona picks up James Green along with her, picks her up onto her shoulder, and then charges forward at the nearest turnbuckle, launching him face first into the second turnbuckle pad. His face hits against the padding, and he bounces off, falling backwards onto his back. Ilona, fully in control. What would you like to do?
I will go for a Bronco Buster in the corner.
Alrighty, that will be real.
10.
Ooh, jeez.
Yeah.
Ilona then picks up James Green and throws him into the corner with all of her might. He hits against the top turnbuckle and then drops down into a seated position into the corner. This summons the move known as the Bronco Buster.
Yeah.
As Ilona charges forward and hits him with the seated senton in the corner, driving the wind out of James Green. Ilona, what would you like to do next?
I will. Is he like on his back or?
Yeah, he's on his back now. His head's pointed towards the corner.
I will bring him more towards the middle of the the middle of the ring.
Yeah.
I will go to the ropes, and I'll attempt my finisher. Why not?
Straightforward 2d6.
That's an 8.
Oh my god, he's dead.
Yeah.
Ilona gets up to the top rope. After dragging James Green into the middle of the ring, she goes to the top rope, leaps into the air, and drops the falling light flying elbow drop. Ilona, are you going for the cover, or are you going to keep on going?
I go for the cover.
Ilona goes for the pin as the referee counts it 1, 2. He is pulled out of the ring, however, by Alexander Thorne. Alexander Thorne starts screaming at the referee as the referee ejects him from ringside.
Oh, yeah. Gets what he deserved.
Alexander Thorne, screaming even more at the referee from this, is then brought to the backstage area by security. Ilona, you are still in control of this match.
I'm going to go for some nasty chops across the chest.
That's going to be real.
That's a 9.
Yeah.
Okay. Ilona lifts the head of Bad Breed James Green and then lays in. How many chops would you like to do?
We'll do 6.
She lays in 6 nasty chops to the chest of Bad Breed James Green until his chest resembles that of hamburger meat.
Oh, no.
The raw flesh on the chest of James Green, which looks absolutely disgusting and absolutely painful. He lays on the ground, holding his chest as Ilona continues the attack.
I will go for a Snapdragon.
That'll be power.
That's an 8.
Ilona then picks Bad Breed James Green up to his feet, spins him around, lifts him up into the full Nelson position, and then lifts him off the ground, landing him right onto his head with the Snapdragon suplex. Ilona, you are still very much in control.
I'm going to put an end to this.
Are you pinning him, or...?
Yeah.
Ilona goes for the cover as she hooks the leg. The referee comes over to make the count. 1, 2. James Green kicks out at 2.
That bitch.
That bitch.
All right.
All right.
I'm going to pick this bitch up. I'm going to lawn dart him.
Nice.
And then I am going to do... I'll do Tarantula from there.
Jesus, okay. That's power, first off, for the
Break
long
him.
dart.
Destroy him.
7.
Yeah, you got that one.
Yeah.
Ilona lifts James Green up onto her shoulder once again and rams him face first into the second turnbuckle. However, this time she doesn't let go of him. She doesn't launch him into it. She instead puts him into the ropes. I will have you roll work for this next part.
10.
Ooh, 8.
That's big works.
She then goes and grabs James Green as she lifts him or pushes him over to the ropes and hits him with a nasty European uppercut, which drives him to bend over. She then hops up onto his back, crawls over the top rope, and then grabs his legs, locking him within the tarantula. The move, which certainly isn't going to win her the match, but is going to do damage to her opponent, and that's close enough. What would you like to hold this for? The 4 count, or?
Yes.
All right. The referee counts to 4 as Ilona lets go of the hold. So now you are on the outside of the ring. You are free to do as you wish, pretty much, because he's inside the ring.
I'm gonna go. I don't know how this all works, but I'll try. I'll go for like a 619.
Oh, geez. Okay. I'll have you roll look on this.
7.
Oh, wow, you got that.
Nice.
Barely.
Nice.
As she stands on the ring, Badbury James Green crawls over and puts his head in between the bottom and second rope. Ilona takes the moment and leaps up onto the apron and swiftly kicks him in the face,
Yeah.
bouncing him back into the middle of the ring. Ilona, you are still in control.
Will go to the ropes, and I'll try my finisher again.
Straightforward 2d6.
Yeah.
Woo.
That's an 8.
Ilona leaps up to the top rope once
Good shot.
more as she leaps off the top turnbuckle and drops the falling light elbow drop yet again, right on top of James Green, crushing all the wind out of his lungs. Are you going for the pin?
Yes.
Ilona goes for the cover. She hooks the leg as the referee makes the count. 1, 2, 3. Here is your winner and still Intercontinental Champion, Elo. As the words are leaving his mouth, however, she is attacked from behind.
No.
She is hit with a fist, and not just a fist with brass knuckles. As oh, Joe, are you saying you know who this is?
Possibly.
Who could this be?
Who could it be now? Standing above Ilona, Sam Feinsberg.
This fucking bitch.
Sam Feinsberg stands above the Intercontinental Champion with microphone and brass knucks in hands.
That bitch.
He raises the microphone up to his mouth and says, Ilona, I hope you had a fun time tonight being Intercontinental Champion. I hope you've enjoyed the ride as Intercontinental Champion. I hope you've enjoyed every moment from being here in the United States to being over in England being the Intercontinental Champion, because next week, from what I understand, your time is up. Your time comes to an end when you face a real man for the Intercontinental Championship. You're going to face a real competitor for the Intercontinental Championship. And I can assure you I will walk out Intercontinental Champion next week, because there is nothing finer than Feinsberg. He throws the microphone down on top of her as he puts a foot over her chest, lifting his arm in the air. As we fade to black,
That bitch.
ending yet another episode of Worldwide Championship Wrestling.